In today's video, we will discuss an interesting topic: applying lean startup principles to game theory. By combining these two concepts, we can unlock new strategies to optimize resource utilization. So let's dive in.
Got a coffee break? Embrace your inner wolf, step up. Forget titles and hierarchies. It's all about problem solving. Lead or follow to ignite outcomes. Play your part, embody our brand. Zero excuses. Build your wolf pack, savor victory. Validate your expertise, attain mastery. The road to freedom awaits. Engage, flaunt our brand. Unleash your power at buildyourwolfpack.com. Unleash now at buildyourwolfpack.com.
8. Overview. Maximizing resource efficiency is paramount for organizations seeking to thrive and succeed. While lean startup principles have traditionally been applied to the realm of entrepreneurship and product development, their application extends far beyond these domains. Resource efficiency is a crucial factor in achieving success, whether in business, technology, or even game theory. The application of lean startup principles, which prioritize efficiency, adaptability, and iterative learning, can greatly enhance resource allocation in the realm of game theory. By integrating lean startup concepts into game theory strategies, decision makers can optimize resource utilization, minimize waste, and increase their chances of success. In this article, we will explore how lean startup principles can be applied to game theory, specifically focusing on maximizing resource efficiency. We will delve into topics such as the minimum viable product, MVP, pivot and adapt strategies, collaboration and resource sharing, risk mitigation, and resource allocation. By understanding and implementing these principles, individuals and organizations can make more informed decisions, allocate resources effectively, and achieve better outcomes in game theory scenarios. 7. Minimum viable product, MVP, in game theory. One key principle of lean startup is the concept of the minimum viable product, MVP. In game theory, we can think of an MVP as a strategy or decision that minimizes resource investment while still generating valuable outcomes. By starting with a minimal resource allocation, we can test different strategies and gather feedback to refine our approach. The purpose of an MVP in game theory is to validate assumptions, test hypotheses, and gather real-world data to inform resource allocation decisions. It serves as a means to evaluate the potential success or failure of a strategy before investing significant resources into its development. By creating an MVP, decision makers can allocate minimal resources up front and quickly assess the impact of their strategy. This iterative approach allows for learning and adaptation based on the feedback received, leading to more efficient resource allocation in subsequent iterations. Additionally, an MVP in game theory enables decision makers to gather feedback and insights from other players. This feedback loop provides valuable information about the strengths, weaknesses, and potential improvements of the strategy, guiding resource allocation decisions and enhancing overall efficiency. 6. Pivot and adapt in game theory. Lean startup encourages startups to be flexible and adaptable. Similarly, in game theory, being able to pivot and adapt your resource allocation based on the changing dynamics is crucial. By continuously monitoring the game and adjusting our strategies, we can maximize efficiency and ensure optimal resource utilization. Both pivoting and adapting in game theory require a balance between staying committed to long-term goals and being flexible enough to adjust resource allocation as needed. It's about finding the right balance between persistence and the willingness to change course when necessary. Pivoting and adapting in game theory can lead to several benefits, including maximizing resource efficiency, minimizing waste, and increasing the chances of success. By being agile and responsive, decision makers can optimize their resource allocation strategies and capitalize on emerging opportunities. However, it's important to note that pivoting and adapting should be based on sound analysis, data, and informed decision-making. Blindly changing strategies without proper evaluation or understanding of the implications can lead to suboptimal resource allocation and negative outcomes. 5. Lean startups build, measure, learn loop. The build, measure, learn loop is another essential aspect of lean startup. In game theory, We can apply this loop by building a strategy, measuring its impact on resource utilization and outcomes, and learning from the results. This iterative process allows us to refine our strategies and make more informed decisions to optimize resource efficiency. The purpose of the MVP is to validate assumptions, test hypotheses, and gather real-world data. By focusing on the essential features and functionalities, organizations can minimize resource investment up front and quickly assess the market's response. Learning from the results involves a mindset of continuous improvement and adaptability. It allows organizations to pivot, adjust strategies, and optimize resource allocation based on real-world feedback and market dynamics. The Build, Measure, Learn loop aligns with the principles of lean startup by encouraging rapid iteration, validated learning, and resource optimization. It helps organizations avoid wasting resources on unproven assumptions or ineffective strategies, ultimately leading to improved resource efficiency and better outcomes. It's important to note that the Build, Measure, Learn loop is not a one-time process, but a continuous cycle. As market conditions, user preferences, and resource availability evolve, organizations must constantly iterate and adapt their approaches to ensure ongoing resource efficiency. 4. Collaboration and resource sharing. Lean Startup emphasizes the importance of collaboration and resource sharing among stakeholders. Similarly, in game theory, forming alliances, sharing resources, and collaborating with other players can lead to better outcomes and resource efficiency. By pooling resources and working together strategically, we can achieve more with fewer resources. Collaboration in game theory can take various forms, such as partnerships, joint ventures, or cooperative agreements. These collaborations allow for the pooling of resources, knowledge, and expertise, leading to better decision-making and resource allocation. Collaboration and resource sharing are particularly relevant in situations where resource constraints exist. By working together, players can overcome individual limitations and collectively achieve more with the available resources. An example of collaboration and resource sharing can be seen in the sharing economy, where platforms like Uber and Airbnb connect individuals to share resources such as vehicles or accommodations. By utilizing existing resources more efficiently, these platforms optimize resource allocation and reduce waste. Collaboration and resource sharing can also be applied in research and development projects. By forming collaborative research networks, organizations can share data, resources, and expertise, leading to accelerated innovation and improved resource allocation in areas such as medical research or technological advancements. However, it's important to note that collaboration and resource sharing in game theory require careful negotiation and trust building among players. Clear agreements, shared objectives, and effective communication channels are essential to ensure equitable resource allocation and foster a collaborative environment. 3. Risk mitigation and resource allocation. Lean Startup encourages entrepreneurs to take calculated risks and minimize waste. In game theory, we can apply this principle by carefully evaluating the potential risks and rewards associated with different resource allocation strategies. By analyzing the potential outcomes and considering the probabilities, we can optimize resource allocation and minimize unnecessary resource usage. One way to mitigate risks and optimize resource allocation is through scenario analysis. By analyzing different scenarios and their corresponding outcomes, decision makers can identify the strategies that offer the best risk-to-reward ratio. This analysis helps prioritize resource allocation to the most promising options while minimizing exposure to unnecessary risks. Another risk mitigation strategy is the concept of diversification. Just as in investment portfolios, diversifying resource allocation in game theory can help spread risks and increase the likelihood of positive outcomes. By allocating resources across multiple strategies or options, organizations can minimize the impact of potential failures and maximize overall resource efficiency. Lean startup principles also encourage continuous learning and adaptation, which play a crucial role in risk mitigation. By actively monitoring the outcomes of resource allocation decisions, decision makers can gather feedback and insights. 2. In real world. Let's now explore some case studies and real-world examples where the application of lean startup principles in game theory has resulted in significant resource efficiency gains. We'll examine industries such as manufacturing, technology, and energy, highlighting successful strategies and the lessons we can learn from them. In the manufacturing industry, resource efficiency is crucial for optimizing production processes. By applying lean startup principles to game theory, companies have been able to reduce waste, streamline operations, and maximize resource utilization. One example is Toyota's famous just-in-time production system, where resources are allocated precisely when needed, minimizing inventory costs and storage space while ensuring efficient production. Technology startups often face resource constraints and high levels of uncertainty. By embracing lean startup principles, they can make the most of limited resources and minimize the risk of failure. One notable example is Dropbox. The company initially launched with a simple MVP, a video demonstration of the product's concept, allowing them to gauge interest and secure pre-orders before investing heavily in development. This lean approach to resource allocation enabled Dropbox to validate their data, attract investors, and grow into a successful company. The agricultural industry faces numerous challenges, including limited resources, environmental concerns, and growing demand. Applying lean startup principles in game theory can help optimize resource allocation and improve sustainability. One example is vertical farming, where companies like Arrow Farms have revolutionized traditional agriculture by utilizing innovative techniques such as indoor farming and precise resource allocation, resulting in higher crop yields, reduced water usage, and minimized environmental impact. 1. Conclusion. As we wrap up this video, we have seen how the combination of lean startup principles and game theory can help us maximize resource efficiency. By focusing on concepts like MVP, adaptability, collaboration, risk mitigation, and continuous learning, we can optimize resource allocation and achieve better outcomes. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the application of lean startup principles to game theory for maximizing resource efficiency. We hope this video has provided valuable insights and inspired you to think.